A thrilling second division title race in July 2020, decided by a six-man playoff, ended in triumph for baby-faced Meisei. He turned 25 during the tournament, he's been doing pro sumo since he was 15, and this was his first title at any level. It was a huge moment for the man who injured his bicep in training last December and found himself back in the second tier for the first time in 2 years. A return to Division 1 at the first attempt has been secured, and given the potential he showed in 2019, it's no surprise to hear him say, "I want to be fighting the Yokozuna again." He set the pace early on with 4 straight wins, telling reporters on day 4, "I'm sharp in the charge and encroaching well." Asked about his bicep, he replied, "It had actually healed by March, and I was mystified as to why I got a losing score in Osaka. Something else must have been holding me back. Basically now, I revolve all my training around the injury and am very scrupulous about what I do." Journalists noted an increase in his shoulder muscle development and in his total body weight, which is up to 154 kilos. From day 4, he found the next 6 days much tougher, losing to 4 men with top division experience, but rallied with 4 more wins in the final third to secure his place in the playoff. Now, here's the interesting thing. That playoff would not have happened had Meisei's stablemate Hoshoryu failed to beat Mitoryu on day 15. Mitoryu, as you may know, came to Japan with Terunofuji and Ichinojo on the same airplane in March 2009. Had he won that match, he and Terunofuji would have claimed the top 2 division championships in the same afternoon. An amazing story had it happened. But Hoshoryu's win helped create an amazing story of a different kind. Prior to this tournament, Tatsunami stablemates Meisei, Hoshoryu, and Akua had talked about mounting a collective charge for the title and facing each other in a playoff. That is exactly what happened. The first round of straight knockout matches saw Akua fell Mitoryu, Meisei better Chiono-o, and Hoshoryu beat Kyoku-taisei, thus taking the 3 friends into a round-robin finale. The first man to beat the other 2 would be declared the champion, and it was the man with the best sumo CV, Meisei, who obliged, throwing down Hoshoryu and then thrusting over Akua to make it 4 wins in 1 hour. "It was the best feeling to contest that title with them," Meisei told NHK, and it showed with his warm embrace of Hoshoryu. "Without him, there would have been no playoff. We just really wanted to big each other up," Meisei explained. "And I got so tired in that match against him. How many throwing attempts were there?" For Asashoryu's nephew, Hoshoryu, 10-5 represented a career-best result and 3rd straight winning score at salaried level. Poetically, he secured his key 8th win against his uncle's former stablemate, Asa Benkei, who withdrew on the final day and now drops to Division 3. "Benkei is a huge opponent, so I wanted to make firm initial contact and dictate things from there," Hoshoryu said at the time. "I'm learning every day, more from defeat than victory in fact, and I want to stay true to my fighting style." He'll be at the very top of Division 2 next time, with just 8 wins, possibly enough to seal a top-flight debut. One man who has made it there already is ladies' favourite Tobizaru, whose chiselled frame stands just 174 centimeters tall and weighs just 128 kilos. He made it 8 wins on day 14 with a vicious throat hold and pull-down of Akiseyama, and made it 9 in the finale with a thrust out of Chura no Umi. "I'm very happy," he naturally said. "I ended up on the receiving end of his tachi-ai but could still get forward. I want to continue fighting offensively." A stablemate of Dai Eisho and the gang at Oitakaze stable, he turned professional 5.5 years ago after passing through Nihon University's famous sumo club. Fun fact, he's the brother of Akiseyama and Chura no Umi's stablemate, Hideno Umi. Tobizaru also made a piece of history on day 9, although thankfully not sacrificing a piece of his finger to do it. During a grapple with Takadagawa Stable's Hakuyozan, he appeared, from some angles, to have had his fingers grabbed and bent backwards, an illegal sumo move. A TV replay and socially distanced judges' conference, though, confirmed Hakuyozan innocent of the charges, and his victory stood. Finally, in addition to Asabenke, at least 2 more men are set to drop to Division 3. Chiyono Umi, who lost his last 6 bouts, and, get this, Taka Genji, the man who easily took this division's championship in May last year. He has not looked the same physically since a mid-tournament injury last July, or mentally since the sudden dismissal from the Sumo Association of his twin brother last autumn. Is there a way back to success? Free-falling Daishoho stays up by the skin of his teeth, but Fuji Azuma may have to sweat.